Remember those days when you were navigating the halls of high school, dodging homework and cafeteria food like a pro? Well, imagine adding secret ninja missions to the mix. That's exactly what Randy Cunningham, the 9th grade ninja, faces in his everyday life. So grab your backpack and get ready for an epic adventure. However, before we begin, let's get some context for better understanding. The show follows the life of Randy Cunningham, an ordinary high school student who unexpectedly discovers he's been chosen to be the next ninja. Alongside his loyal best friend, Howard Weinerman, Randy must navigate the challenges of teenage while mastering his ninja skills and defending Norrisville High from various villains and supernatural threats. Among them is Principal Hannibal McFist, the wealthy businessman determined to conquer the world with the help of his robotic sidekick Viceroy, and the Sorcerer, a mysterious figure seeking to harness dark magic. Guided by the ancient Ninjanomicon, Randy learns valuable lessons about friendship, courage, and the true meaning of heroism as he strives to uphold the ninja's code of honor and protect his school from impending danger. As Mr. Bannister assigns a summer break essay, Howard tries to copy Randy's work, prompting Randy to recall finding the Ninjanomicon. Randy spills his secret in the essay but improvises a tale, earning a B. Meanwhile, Howard worries about the missing ninja, so Randy plans a stunt. The Sorcerer plots the ninja's demise as chaos erupts with the Krakenstein's release. Randy battles the beast but struggles until realizing his inner strength. After defeating it, Randy prepares to reveal the secret to Howard, but is interrupted. Howard mistakes Randy's disappearance for bathroom privacy, unaware of his true identity. Relieved, Randy embraces his friends, ready for more adventures despite enduring Howard's complaints about ninja smoke bombs. At Norrisville High's gym, Randy and Howard's attempt to impress the cool crowd backfires when they're mocked for their Speedo and body paint stunt. Meanwhile, Bucky, the triangle player, faces humiliation in the marching band, culminating in a breakdown. Seizing the opportunity, the Sorcerer transforms Bucky into a stank monster, seeking revenge. Rampaging through the band room, Bucky targets Miss Wickwhacker, but the ninja intervenes, protecting the students. Desperate to reverse the transformation, Randy consults the Ninjanomicon, learning to destroy what a monster cherishes most. To lure Bucky, Randy joins the band as the new triangle player, much to Howard's dismay. When Bucky resurfaces seeking vengeance, Randy springs into action as the ninja. A fierce battle ensues, climaxing with Randy destroying Bucky's prized triangle dinger, restoring him to human form. Afterward, despite missing their chance at the fish cage, Randy and Howard reflect on their victory. As Bucky flees in embarrassment, Randy remarks on the unexpected turn of events, ending the day with a chuckle. Tired of blending into the crowd, Randy and Howard aim to make a mark by becoming judges at Norrisville High's talent show. They adopt the good judge, bad judge routine, but things spiral out of control when Howard's harsh critiques trigger the Sorcerer's spree. As Juggo Theresa and Accordion Dave fall victim to the stank, Randy rushes to save them, only to realize Howard's words fueled the chaos. Seeking guidance from the Ninjanomicon, Randy learns of the Sorcerer's scheme to exploit emotional vulnerability. With the truth revealed, Randy races to warn Howard, who faces his own reckoning when Morgan's dance team transforms into monsters. Realizing his mistake, Howard joins forces with Randy to save the dance team. Despite their efforts, Randy and Howard are punished by participating in the talent show as clowns. Later on, they end up facing public humiliation but find solace in being recognized, even if it means enduring ridicule from the audience. In the end, Randy and Howard embrace their newfound notoriety, accepting the consequences of their actions with a sense of satisfaction. As Randy and Howard revel in McFist merchandise, Hannibal McFist plots the ninja's demise with the Sorcerer. Their plan unfolds as McFist takes credit, but the Sorcerer warns of consequences if they fail. At school, excitement brews as the McFistery Pavilion debuts, showcasing impressive robots. When the Ninja Bot seemingly kidnaps McFist, Randy seeks guidance from the Ninjanomicon, which cryptically warns of enemies disguised as heroes. Transforming into the ninja, Randy confronts the robots, only to be ensnared in McFist's trap. Forced into battle, Randy discovers McFist within a robot suit, shattered by the revelation of his hero's true nature. After narrowly escaping, Randy grapples with exposing McFist's deception but ultimately chooses secrecy to spare others' feelings. Howard learns the truth, prompting Randy's conflicted stance on McFist merchandise. As the dust settles, McFist and Viceroy cower from the Sorcerer's wrath, facing the consequences of their failed plot. Randy and Howard delve into the realm of disgust, sharing gruesome encounters from their adventures, including Slimovitz's embarrassing moments and cafeteria horrors. Desperate to erase these memories, Randy proposes a mind wipe, echoed by Howard's desire to forget an annoying jingle. Howard seizes an opportunity for gossip fame by sharing Randy's stories with Heidi during her gossip report recording. His newfound popularity leads him to falsely claim knowledge of the ninja's identity, sparking widespread anticipation. Panicked by Howard's revelation, Randy seeks a town-wide mind wipe, but the Ninjanomicon's cryptic lesson challenges him to confront rather than erase memories. Meanwhile, McFist traps Howard, hoping to extract ninja secrets with a mind reader. In a twist, Randy embraces the Whoopie World jingle, diverting his thoughts and inadvertently ensnaring Howard in the catchy tune during the web show. As the chaos unfolds, Heidi's irritation at Howard's singing underscores the consequences of their attempts to escape reality. In the end, Randy learns that facing memories is the true path to growth and understanding, while Howard's brush with fame leads to an unexpected and annoying outcome. Randy pursues a robo-lizard but sneezes, allowing it to escape. At school, they're excluded from Bash's party, leading them to brainstorm a plan. Randy recalls McFist's connection to Bash, prompting him to consult the Ninjanomicon for guidance on stealth. Howard, distracted by video games, eventually joins Randy. At the Bash Splash, they evade detection, hiding near the diving board and Choco Fountain. After narrowly avoiding detection by bullies, they conceal themselves in sumo suits. Randy instructs Howard to create a distraction, allowing him to infiltrate the McFist mansion. Inside, he discovers McFist and Viceroy analyzing booger samples. Meanwhile, Howard confronts Bash, prompting chaos. Randy sabotages McFist's investigation, but McFist releases robo-lizards. Randy battles them, breaking glass plates to redirect the boogers away from McFist and Viceroy. Eventually, water floods the mansion, washing away the boogers. Despite being ejected from the party, Randy and Howard enjoy the raining Squiddles outside. On a field trip to Norrisville's volcano, Mrs. Driscoll enforces a 5-foot detention rule. Randy and Howard exploit the rule to lead Bucky and Fluke Girl to the summit. Randy lies to Bucky about undiscovered silt, while Howard bores Fluke Girl with explanations about sealed lava. Ignoring the Nomicon's guidance, Randy's disregard sets the stage for peril. Meanwhile, Viceroy names a Mr. Amoeba Nicholas and grows fond of it. When Gene notices Nicholas, Viceroy chases after him toward Meet Chuck. Randy and Howard spit into the volcano, mutating the amoebas into a monster. Ninja rescues his classmates, learning of Nicholas's ability to damage the monster. He instructs Howard to stall, successfully avoiding detention due to Mrs. Driscoll's kindness. The episode concludes with an unexpected photo shoot atop the volcano, while Viceroy and Nicholas enjoy a vacation. As the ninja, Randy battles a robot, ultimately defeating it with a shovel. He discovers a fart box during his escapade and keeps it to show Howard later. Meanwhile, Mrs. Driscoll warns Randy and Howard that they must win the science fair to pass science class. Marcy McFist suggests collaboration between McFist and Bash, but McFist opts to have Viceroy build a robot fueled by cat poop instead. In Randy's room, they discover the fart box and play with it all night. Desperate for a science fair project, they use the fart box titled The Sound of Science to pass the fair, only to receive an F from Mrs. Driscoll. Unexpectedly, the fart box causes Bucky's project to mutate into a potato monster, sparking chaos at the fair. Ninja battles the mutant potatoes, which multiply, and Viceroy capitalizes on the chaos by activating the cat poop robot. Ninja learns to counter a mighty force with a mightier one, using the robot to defeat the mutated potatoes and saving the cat from the robot's clutches. Despite the chaos, Randy and Howard receive a passing grade from Mrs. Driscoll and humorously reflect on their adventure while cleaning up the mess. In Coach Green's brutal gym class, Randy and Howard endure bullying from older students during rope climbing. Stevens avoids the torment with a doctor's note, leaving Howard vulnerable. Seeking help, Randy turns to the Nomicon but receives cryptic advice, leading to frustration. Determined to evade gym class, Randy, Howard, and Julian seek the rumored Golden Doctor's note. Their quest unleashes the sorcerer's stank, complicating matters. As they navigate challenges, Howard's clumsiness strains his relationship with Randy, while Julian falls victim to the stank. Despite locating the coveted notes, stanked Julian attacks, forcing Ninja to defend himself. Howard surprises by climbing the rope, showcasing hidden skills. Although they fail to retrieve the notes, they stand up to the bullies, showing solidarity. Howard's attempt to use the golden note backfires, but his friends ultimately save him. Meanwhile, Julian faces Steven's taunts, underscoring the trio's ongoing struggles. Randy and Howard's attempt to revive their dying Smell of Death vine fails, leading them to seek help from the Nomicon, which also proves futile. Meanwhile, they ponder their fritacular costumes. During Mrs. Driscoll's grading, her husband's skeleton, Jerry, kidnaps Howard, warning of doom. The ninja battles Jerry but struggles against his ghostly attacks. Randy's mishap allows Jerry to escape. Seeking answers, the ninja learns of Jerry's history with Viceroy and his doomsday device. Resolving to stop Jerry, Randy seeks Viceroy's help, revealing Jerry's motivations. With Mrs. Driscoll, they locate Jerry's base, battling him in a showdown. Despite their efforts, Jerry deactivates the device, vowing to create a more destructive one. The ninja reverses Jerry's resurrection, and Howard persuades Mrs. Driscoll to improve their grade. As they leave, Mrs. Driscoll dances with Jerry's skeleton, hinting at supernatural forces. Unaware, Randy and Howard head to the Fritacular, oblivious to the looming chaos. After riding a haunted house ride at Whoopi World with Theresa and Debbie Kang, Randy tries to hide the fact that he was scared of it to avoid being humiliated. Howard is mad and tries to reveal that Randy was scared to no avail. Meanwhile, at McFist's house, McFist is attacked by a zombie and then scared by Viceroy. Viceroy explains that because of McFist's penny-pinching combination of his top-secret weapons factory with its candy factory, the company's newest and most popular candies, McFizzles, have been weaponized, turning anyone who eats them into zombies who crave candy. Faced with the zombie plague, McFist resolves to let Viceroy destroy Norrisville with a doomsday device, and though he changes his mind after realizing Marcy would be obliterated, breaks the machine and is unable to stop it. Randy is able to figure out a disgusting solution to the zombie plague, while Viceroy convinces McFist to turn the still-armed doomsday weapon on the McFizzle's factory, sending a rain of the treats over Norrisville, a rain which Howard promptly starts to scarf down to Randy's horror. The episode ends with Randy screaming upon witnessing Howard turning into a zombie again. Randy faces a formidable opponent in the Mexican Death Bear, prompting him to recall Debbie Kang's presentation about the creature. In a bid to stop the bear, Randy sends Howard to fetch Debbie Kang for assistance. Meanwhile, Randy struggles in battle, questioning his abilities and the Namakon's guidance. Debbie arrives and reveals the bear's vulnerability to high-pitched sounds. Randy and Howard collaborate, using school equipment to amplify Debbie's voice and repel the bear. Reflecting on the experience, Randy learns the value of humility and teamwork. Meanwhile, Howard, inadvertently learning Spanish from Debbie's hypnotic CD, assists the ninja in subduing the bear. The incident leads to McFist's acquisition of Whoopi World and bans Viceroy from visiting. Howard remains in a Spanish trance until Randy takes him to improve their grades with his newfound language skills. Randy reconciles with the Namakon, but a comedic mishap leaves him unconscious, concluding the episode humorously. In anticipation of the Battle of the Bands, Randy and Howard, known as 30 Seconds to Math, rehearse their song in the janitor's closet. Sundown's stinky fish interruption prompts them to briefly leave. Howard, frustrated with Randy's tendency to skip joint activities, promises to be present for the event. Randy suspects McFist's involvement after spotting robo-apes, but discovers they're catering for the contest. Seeking guidance from the Ninja Namakon, Randy rejects its advice on friendship's weight. Meanwhile, McFist plans to expose the ninja's identity using Viceroy's Truth Tone gadget. Bash's failed attempt to acquire money from McFist leads to him coercing the code from McFist for the device. Bash destroys his turntable, prompting McFist to plant the device on Heidi Weinerman's guitar. Randy intervenes as the ninja, causing Howard to overhear McFist and Viceroy's plan. Despite Howard's warning, Randy is too late to avoid the device. Heidi's powerful song inspires the crowd to proclaim themselves as the ninja, thwarting McFist's scheme. Randy acknowledges Howard as a true friend, and they perform their song together, celebrating their victory. As Howard continues to boast about his supposed ninja skills, he inadvertently activates a hidden feature of the school's security system, causing the building to go into lockdown mode. Trapped inside, Randy realizes he left the Namakon and his mask in his backpack, leaving him unable to access his ninja powers. Meanwhile, Howard's attempts to calm the protesting students only make things worse as they become more agitated. Inside the school, Randy searches for his backpack but encounters obstacles at every turn. Determined to regain control of the situation, he tries to reach Howard, but Howard is too preoccupied with his newfound ninja status. As chaos ensues, Randy must find a way to restore order and stop Howard's misguided attempts at ninja heroics before things spiral out of control. McFist struggles to control the slaying Mantis robot, causing chaos at school. Howard mistakenly believes it's Bucky in disguise until Viceroy takes control. Meanwhile, Randy, realizing he left his ninja gear, learns about respect for Miss Wickwhacker and transforms into the ninja. Despite initial difficulties, he defeats the Mantis robot, earning respect. McFist's frustration grows as Viceroy gains more vacation time. Randy and Howard reconcile, but mistakenly attack Bucky and Fluke Girl, prompting a hasty retreat. As winter break nears, Randy and Howard's banter turns serious when Bucky's misfortune with Fluke Girl leads to him getting stanked. Randy, as the ninja, intervenes and frees Bucky, slipping away unnoticed. Reflecting on the incident, Randy consults the Ninja Namakon, discovering the true power source of smoke bombs, a sacred sap from the skunk pine. Determined to prove himself, Randy embarks on a quest to obtain the sap. Meanwhile, Randy infiltrates McFist Industries' Christmas party, witnessing the desecration of the sacred skunk pine tree. Disguising himself, he navigates the party, determined to thwart McFist's plans. Despite facing obstacles, including a skirmish with robots, Randy's efforts to retrieve the sap fail as it is destroyed. Amidst chaos, he and Howard remain resolute. In a moment of reconciliation, Randy acknowledges Howard's ingenuity and creates a cloud mimicking smoke bombs using a McFist snow globe. Despite the loss of the tree, Howard offers a sap bag, symbolizing their friendship's strength. They plan it, reflecting on their bond and sharing personal revelations, highlighting mutual trust and joy in their journey together. Randy and Howard find themselves stuck in Miss Ringwald's poetry class during a limited sale of the latest Grave Puncher game. Randy's attempt to end the class early by tampering with the clock results in a power outage, prompting Principal Slimovitz to cancel classes and distribute free ice cream sandwiches. However, their excitement turns to horror when they discover a stank monster thawing in the malfunctioning freezer. Meanwhile, Greg drives by, announcing the dwindling availability of Grave Puncher 5 copies. Despite Howard's concern, Randy remains optimistic about securing a copy before they sell out. As the monster wreaks havoc, Randy transforms into the ninja to confront it, only to discover it's actually Dickie, a student stanked in 1985 and frozen in the school's freezer. Randy learns from the Nomicon that a past ninja left Dickie stanked, intending to deal with him later. Meanwhile, Howard neglects Dickie, leading to his restanking. Randy hunts for Dickie, while Greg announces the dwindling copies of Grave Puncher 5. Randy realizes Miss Ringwald is Dickie's long-lost love Tawny and reunites them, breaking the stank curse. However, Dickie rapidly ages due to the time spent stanked. Randy, grossed out, leaves them to their reunion, rushing with Howard to buy the final Grave Puncher 5 copy before they sell out. Randy and Howard wax wave slayers, with Randy boasting about his wave riding skills. When Randy accidentally damages the team captain's wave slayer, he hastily tries to fix it with wax. Randy convinces Coach Green to let Howard take Buttermaker's place. Despite Ninja Nomicon's advice to own up to his mistake, Randy pretends otherwise. Meanwhile, the sorcerer transforms Buttermaker into an aquatic monster. Heidi is shocked to find out that Randy has taken over Buttermaker's position in the race. When aquatic Buttermaker disrupts the competition, Randy, as the ninja, jumps in to stop him. He discovers that wiping sunscreen off Buttermaker's nose can revert him back. Randy secretly helps Buttermaker and convinces him it wasn't his fault, forming a pact. Buttermaker re-enters the race and wins, correcting his mistake. Disappointed, the sorcerer's plan fails again. Randy, with a red ear, stays behind to fix the Slayer but accidentally starts it, causing chaos. At the episode's start, Randy and Howard debate the ninja sword's strength, leading to its accidental destruction atop a bulldozer. Unable to repair it, Randy seeks guidance from the Ninja Nomicon, learning to be a swordsmith in the realm of the ninja. Randy suspects their metal shop teacher, Mr. S. Ward Smith, to be the swordsmith. Meanwhile, Brent, Mr. Smith's apprentice, encounters Randy and Howard in frustration, later becoming possessed by the sorcerer. Randy admits breaking his sword to Mr. Smith, who reveals his secret forge but gives Randy a balloon sword, testing his responsibility. Throughout the day, Randy struggles with the fragile balloon swords but becomes more protective. When Monster Brent kidnaps Howard, Randy confronts him with a balloon sword, realizing its metaphorical lesson in ninja responsibility. Despite Mr. Smith's warning, Randy persists, leading to the balloon's demise. Mr. Smith then presents Randy with a newly crafted sword, acknowledging his readiness. With his genuine weapon, Randy defeats Monster Brent, restoring Brent to normal. Reflecting on the day's lesson, Randy and Howard vow to be more responsible. However, their reflection is interrupted by Mr. Smith's reprimand for unauthorized marshmallow roasting, prompting them to hastily retreat. Later, Randy and Howard are aiming to complete their class fecta by becoming baking buddies in home economics. However, their plans are interrupted by the arrival of a new student named Franz, who raises Howard's suspicions. Despite Randy's advice to relax, Howard remains wary of Franz. Meanwhile, Viceroy unveils a robot designed to befriend people and identify the ninja. Inside the Nomicon, Randy learns the lesson: the most dangerous enemy often wears the mask of an ally. Randy becomes increasingly frustrated as Howard seemingly replaces him with Franz, a new student, in their partnership and friendship. Despite Randy's attempts to confront Howard about his feelings of betrayal, Howard remains dismissive. Meanwhile, Franz, actually a robot designed to identify the ninja, befriends everyone in the school, including Randy's friends. Randy's irritation peaks when Franz inadvertently identifies him as the ninja, leading McFist to deploy chainsaw werewolves to capture Franz. Randy, feeling responsible for the situation, transforms into the ninja to rescue Franz from the impending danger. Randy swiftly dispatches 2 werewolves and defeats the third by melting it in a vat of chili, inadvertently exposing Franz's robotic nature. Realizing the true threat, Randy engages Franz in a battle while Viceroy attempts to download data from the robot. As the fight intensifies, Franz corners Randy over the chili vat. Howard steps in to distract Franz, allowing Randy to defeat him by tossing him into the chili, disrupting the data transmission. In the aftermath, Randy and Howard reconcile, acknowledging their friendship. They celebrate with a cake made in the likeness of Franz's face, symbolizing their victory over the robot. Their display of friendship earns them the attention of their classmates, solidifying their bond as buddies. The episode begins at Greg's game hole, where Randy and Howard compete for the high score. Randy, teasing Howard, takes the lead until Howard becomes zombified in the game. Enticed by a new game promising first place, they unknowingly release Jack Hammer, a giant robot, into Norrisville. Randy, thinking it's part of the game, causes destruction until he realizes the danger. Howard takes control of Jack while Randy faces him in real life. Randy's pleased to stop fall on deaf ears as Howard believes it's a trick. Randy is eventually consumed by Jack, but he recalls Nomicon's lesson: a ninja must know when winning is losing and losing is winning. After a clever escape plan, Randy confronts Howard, who boasts about his victory. Randy reveals he deliberately let Howard win, pointing out flaws in Howard's triumph. The two friends reconcile and enjoy an arcade game together, cherishing their friendship over competition. As Spirit Week preparations unfold at Norrisville, Howard accidentally unleashes the Tengu, a malevolent bird demon, from its seal while cleaning up papier-mâché. Randy, frustrated by Howard's mishaps, tries to include him in photobombing but fails due to Howard's strange behavior. Later, Howard transforms into a giant Tengu, alarming Randy. Consulting the Namicon, Randy learns about the ninja's history with the Tengu and their connection. Realizing his role in unleashing the Tengu, Randy rushes to prevent Howard from causing harm. In the midst of the chaos caused by the possessed Howard, Randy struggles to reason with his friend, but eventually realizes that he must sacrifice his role as the ninja to save him. He throws his mask into the fire, breaking the connection between Howard and the Tengu. As Howard is released from the possession, he is initially relieved but then understands the sacrifice Randy made for him. Suddenly, the bonfire glows brighter and Randy's ninja mask is returned to him. With Howard's approval, Randy dons the mask again and taps into the ninja rage to defeat the Tengu once and for all. Despite the ordeal, Randy and Howard manage to photobomb the yearbook picture, but ominous signs suggest that the threat of the Tengu may not be entirely gone. As Randy and Howard immerse themselves in the game, they start to enjoy the cathartic experience of taking revenge on those who mistreated the members of Der Monster Club. However, things take a turn when the game becomes too realistic, and the monsters they control begin to wreak havoc in the real world. Randy realizes that they have to stop the game before it causes any more harm, but the other members of the club are too absorbed in their revenge fantasies to listen. With Howard's help, Randy manages to convince them to stop playing and focus on finding a solution. They work together to defeat the monsters and restore order to Norrisville High. In the end, Randy and Howard learn the importance of facing their problems head-on instead of seeking revenge. As the game takes a dark turn, Randy accidentally reveals the secret to spawning monsters, leading Julian to intentionally humiliate his friends to turn them into monsters. Despite Randy's efforts to stop him, Julian's desire for revenge only escalates the chaos further. Randy, as the ninja, tries to save his friends from the monster rampage but faces obstacles from Julian. In a desperate attempt to end the chaos, Randy destroys the die used in the game, causing everything to revert to normal. However, he realizes that some victims are still trapped, prompting him to free them. Finally, Randy and Howard can enjoy their preferred lunch table, but their moment of victory is short-lived as the gym-turned-cafeteria presents a new challenge. Randy and Howard eagerly anticipate the 6D premiere of Grave Puncher, but babysitter Heidi forbids them from attending. Undeterred, Randy consults the Ninja Namicon for an escape plan, leading them to create dummies to fool Heidi. However, Randy's mishap with the theater's projector turns the Grave Puncher into a real threat. Despite the danger, Howard insists on staying to see the movie's end, while Randy urges him to flee. They eventually confront the puncher, realizing the consequences of their deceit. Through ninja skills and bravery, they resolve the chaos and save the audience, learning valuable lessons about responsibility and honesty along the way. Randy, as the ninja, confronts the puncher, but finds his techniques ineffective. Realizing the need to destroy the projector as a consequence of their deceit, Randy unleashes a powerful ninja Tengu fireball attack, destroying the projector. Howard, however, is upset about missing the movie's ending. Heidi catches them, but instead of reprimanding them, her parents scold her, much to Howard's amusement. Feeling guilty, Randy takes the blame to spare Howard and earn Heidi's gratitude. Meanwhile, McFist seizes the opportunity to profit from the chaos, ordering Viceroy to fix the theater. Randy and Howard accept their week-long grounding, but are eager to return to playing Grave Puncher once it's over. When Howard faces detention, Randy tries to help him escape, but it backfires, leading both to Detention Island. Randy misinterprets Namicon's advice, believing the ninja should intervene, not realizing Howard must face his own challenges. On the island, they meet other punished students. The disciplinarian deems them cheaters for bringing the ninja, making the trials dangerously difficult. Despite Randy's attempts to assist, Howard must confront the obstacles alone to prove his integrity. Despite facing backlash from his friends for making their challenges harder, the ninja continues to intervene, almost causing harm to everyone. Eventually, he grasps Namicon's lesson and allows his classmates to face their trials independently. Realizing his mistake, the ninja refrains from interfering, enabling the students to overcome their challenges together. When the disciplinarian attacks, the ninja protects his classmates and destroys the threat. Back at Norrisville High, Principal Slimovitz seems prepared to punish them further, but Howard explains the situation, leading to leniency. The episode concludes with Randy and Howard plotting another prank, marking a return to their mischievous antics. Randy seeks solace from the Namicon as Bash is mistaken for the ninja, but misinterprets its lesson, adding to his confusion. The sorcerer mistakes Bash for the ninja, prompting McFist to send the Robo-Apes after him, with Viceroy activating the vaporizer. Despite Randy's annoyance and Bash's newfound fame, Randy realizes the gravity of the situation and must rectify the misunderstanding, guided by the Namicon. Randy struggles with revealing his ninja identity as Bash unwittingly assumes the role. When Bash is captured by McFist's Robo-Apes, Randy transforms into the ninja to save him. His daring rescue exposes Bash as an imposter but thwarts McFist's plans. Reflecting on the fallout, Randy chooses to maintain the ninja's anonymity, supported by Howard, reaffirming his commitment to protect Norrisville from the shadows. Randy and Howard win a video contest, gaining internet fame, but shift their attention to helping Jock, a mock new student, create a funny video. Their attempt involves a chaotic setup with Howard in a gorilla suit, a pudding pool, and a soccer ball shooting machine. When Randy loses control, chaos ensues, but their friendship remains intact amid internet stardom and viral content challenges. Randy and Howard harbor resentment towards Jock after losing their internet fame to him. Randy, as the ninja, competes with Jock, overshadowing him but leaving Jock hurt. Despite Howard's attempts to console Randy, he seeks to apologize to Jock. Their rooftop battle escalates until Jock is stanked by the sorcerer. Randy destroys Jock's camera to de-stank him, and they reconcile by collaborating on a new video, albeit losing to Dave's percussion possum. They realize winning isn't everything, concluding with Jock puzzled over the internet's unpredictability. Randy, bored with the lack of action, explores new weapons in the Nomicon despite its warnings. Meanwhile, Howard excels in a chess tournament, unaware of Randy's distraction. McFist and Viceroy introduce a robotic arm to sabotage the tournament, causing chaos. Randy realizes the importance of vigilance and stops the arm, learning not to underestimate boring situations. Randy fights Stank students, identifying a trophy as the source. Despite challenges, he heads towards it, determined to destroy it and save his friends. Meanwhile, Howard remains frustrated with Cunningham's absence from the Nomicon. Randy uses the ninja ice ball to fend off Stank students, reaching the trophy with determination to restore order to Norrisville High. In mere fear factor, Randy and Howard initially dismiss the chess tournament's dullness, but becomes suspicious of McFist and Viceroy. Randy learns the sorcerer plans to stank everyone after Norrisville's defeat. He battles Stank students and realizes they must defeat the chess player bot to reverse the stank. Despite Howard's limited chess knowledge, he challenges and defeats the bot, restoring order. Randy saves Howard, and they share the victory, thwarting the sorcerer's plans and triumphing together. Randy's frustration with the Ninja Nomicon's cryptic teachings leads him to seek clarity from Howard's McFist pad, where he discovers Brock Octane's Tiger Paw technique. Accidentally leaving the Nomicon behind, Randy panics when Bash walks away with it. His frantic pursuit leads to Viceroy gaining possession, prompting Randy's intervention against the sorcerer's red stank. Nearly choked, Randy escapes, reuniting with Howard, who's gaming. Despite Howard's distraction, Randy resolves to continue training, facing Nomicon's challenges and symbolizing his ongoing journey as the ninja. The episode concludes with Randy confronting the waterfall climb, acknowledging the trials ahead and mastering his ninja skills. Randy faces the challenge of managing agitated robo-apes due to McFist's mistreatment. Amidst the chaos, he narrowly avoids missing the opening of McFist's Barfa Centauri roller coaster, featuring Neil Armstrong. The ninja's encouragement triggers an uprising led by Doc Matrix, disrupting the ride. Viceroy's strike modes worsen the situation, leading Howard to blame Randy. Randy negotiates with the rioting apes, but McFist's interference causes them to go feral. As Randy deals with the rampage, McFist destroys the roller coaster's controller. Urgently repaired under Howard's pleas, the situation calms. Ninja convinces McFist to apologize, quelling the chaos. With McFist's apology accepted, the apes return to normal. Randy and Howard reconcile, enjoying the roller coaster together as Howard finally fulfills his desire to vomit on the ride. Randy and Howard try to join the Mustache Society using fake mustaches from Mr. Weinerman's back hair, but Randy's sneeze blows their cover. Randy is rejected while outside. He intervenes as the ninja against a robot, attacking Slimovitz's car. Meanwhile, Howard unknowingly becomes a member due to his genuine mustache. When the robot identifies Howard as the ninja, McFist plans to capture him. Viceroy reveals Howard's identity, prompting McFist to invite the club to a yacht party. Randy, disguised, infiltrates to protect Howard. Howard exposes him, leading to an argument. Robo-apes abduct Howard, leading to a confession at McFist's yacht. Randy saves him, and they defeat McFist and Viceroy. Randy removes Howard's stuck mustache, ending the episode. Randy practices Earth Attack with the Ninja Nomicon while Howard aims to join Rhyme's crew. Howard refuses to return the Nomicon to Randy unless they join, leading to a confrontation with Rhymes. Accidentally humiliating Rhymes, Randy is challenged to a rap battle for the Nomicon's return. Randy overwhelms Rhymes with a powerful spell, summoning a sandworm due to their conflict. To defeat the creature, Randy summons Sanja's Sand Warriors and discovers the worm's weakness, being unable to reform if shattered into small pieces. Randy reclaims the Nomicon and reconciles with Howard, who realizes their Sanjas follow Randy's commands. The episode concludes with 30 Seconds to Math performing with Rhymes' crew. Howard signs himself and Randy up for Mac Anfi's Fantasy Ninja Camp Explosion, despite Randy's initial reluctance due to feeling out of practice as a ninja. Doubts about his suitability arise, but consulting the Ninja Nomicon reveals that Mac Anfi, the camp's leader, was a former ninja. Randy agrees to attend, intrigued by the chance to learn from Anfi. At the camp, Anfi's harsh teaching clashes with Randy's values of using ninja skills to help others. Despite insults and defeats from other campers, Randy senses something wrong about Anfi. Consulting the Nomicon, he learns of Anfi's unethical past, reaffirming his own principles. Randy confronts Amphi, thwarting his sinister intentions to destroy the ninja, and saves Howard. Reflecting on their adventure, Randy doubts himself, but Howard assures him of his worthiness as the Norrisville Ninja. However, Mac's escape hints at future confrontations, leaving Norrisville under threat. Randy and Howard plan their weekend, but Howard's insistence on attending Cluck Fest, despite Randy's fear of chickens, creates a dilemma. A robot Cyclops attacks the school, easily defeated by Randy. McFist and Viceroy exploit Randy's fear by creating a rhino robot that materializes people's fears, including his fear of chickens. Determined to overcome it, Randy faces the challenge, defeating the robot chickens unleashed by McFist. With newfound courage, he saves Cluck Fest from a giant chicken. Later, the rhino targets Randy, rendering him immobile with his fear. Captured by McFist, Randy faces his fear surrounded by chickens until chaos ensues, distracting their captors. Remembering the Namacon's lesson, Randy hugs the chickens, gathering courage to ride a giant rooster to safety. Despite mishaps, Randy and Howard enjoy Cluck Fest together, conquering their fears. Howard is annoyed when Randy ninja'd without him and becomes further frustrated when they're paired in a three-legged safety search competition by Coach Green. Teams scour the school for evidence, including Randy and Howard, Mick and Bash, and Fluke Girl and Stevens. Meanwhile, the sorcerer plans to use the sorcerer's key, hidden once a century, to control a victim with a yellow stank. Randy receives a message from the Namacon and recalls the lesson, "The sunlight and stone will help to guide you," leading him to abandon the search with Howard. In the school's underground area, they discover Locker 216, where the key is revealed by sunlight. They Distang Stevens and Flute Girl retrieve the key and bond over the importance of teamwork in their ninja journey. Ninja Identity episode begins with Randy working on his Norrisville Dam project, while Howard, dressed as Victor Von Van, arrives with a costume instead of a prepared speech. When a scorpion-like robot, Psychobot, attacks, Randy dons his ninja suit to confront it. Despite Randy's efforts, the robot adapts to his moves, becoming nearly unbeatable. In frustration, Randy seeks guidance from the Ninja Namacon and discovers a door to the ultimate lesson, but opening it wipes his memory. Meanwhile, Psychobot repairs itself and wreaks havoc in the school. Howard, realizing Randy's memory loss, attempts to help him remember his identity while taking up the ninja suit to battle the robot. The Ninja Supremacy episode begins with Howard wearing the ninja mask and defeating Psychobot using his unique tactics, despite Randy and Thuris's concerns. The sorcerer, displeased with McFist and Viceroy's failure, stanks Psychobot due to his artificial emotions. Randy notices Howard left the Ninja Namacon behind and are sucked into it. Inside, the Namacon reminds Randy of his true identity. Upon exiting, Randy finds Howard being chased by the stanked robot. Randy retrieves the ninja mask near Norrisville Dam, where they resume fighting Psychobot. Realizing destroying its learning chip is crucial, Randy shuts down the robot. Back at school, Howard admits Randy was right about life beyond being a ninja. However, their celebration is cut short when Principal Slimovitz announces they still have to do their project. Randy and Howard are disappointed, closing the episode. Randy and Howard encounter Mac Amphi, who yearns to reclaim his role as the ninja. Inside the Ninja Namacon, Randy discusses the true meaning of being the ninja with Mac Amphi, while Howard distracts him outside. Randy convinces Mac Amphi to abandon his quest for power. Meanwhile, Mac Amphi reveals his ninja skills to Randy and boasts of his past. Inside the Namacon, Randy creates a diversion and tricks Mac Amphi into entering the ultimate lesson door. Outside, Howard is pursued by Mac Amphi's assistant ninja, Man Gong. Randy emerges, erasing Mac Amphi's memory of being the ninja. He concludes that Mac Amphi was lost in his quest for power, not inherently villainous. The episode closes with Randy reflecting on Mac Amphi's true nature. Randy and Howard ignore Principal Slimovitz's warning and enter the Forbidden Swamp. Despite the Ninja Namacon's disapproval, Randy uses his ninja suit to cut a fence, leading to his capture by the swamp wizard Catfish Bore. Meanwhile, Howard encounters hypnotized animals and is ensnared beside Randy. Randy realizes his abuse of power and learns a lesson about consequences from the Namacon. Determined to redeem himself, he seeks to unabuse his powers and regain control. Through this experience, Randy learns responsibility and respect for Namacon's guidance. Trapped, Randy uses Namacon's advice to break free and undo Catfish's control over the animals, aided by Howard. Randy vows to use his ninja abilities judiciously. Confronted by Principal Slimovitz, Randy protects Howard, but is disheartened by his friend's unwitting betrayal, vowing to prioritize his powers for important matters. Randy and Howard aspire to purchase the latest McFist product, the Sachet, but are short on funds. They take jobs at the McFist Oplex Cinema, where Howard impresses McFist and is promoted to manager after Randy leaves for a Ninja Namacon's summons. Howard's newfound authority leads to him becoming overbearing, leaving Randy to do all tasks alone. Despite objections, Howard insists on contributing the most to the mishaps fund, granting Randy limited access. As Howard's behavior worsens, Randy realizes the Namakon's lesson. Gains from the mishaps aren't worth their friendship loss and his dignity. Meanwhile, Randy faces chaos as Viceroy's robots riot, but Howard refuses ninja intervention until Randy's shift ends. Frustrated, Randy quits and defeats the robots. Howard overhears McFist and Viceroy plotting, leading to Viceroy combining the robots into an indestructible mishaps armored giant. The ninja battles it unsuccessfully until Howard reveals mishaps' weakness, sheep sippers. Randy destroys the robot, saving the day. Howard is fired for defying anti-ninja policy, and Randy realizes the Namakon's lesson applies to their friendship, strengthening their bond. During their school day, Howard surprises Randy with Whoopi World tickets after sharing a story about his uncle Nude. Randy notices the hovercraft and transforms into the ninja to pursue it. At Dudikoff Woods, McFist and Viceroy pressure Terry to sign over McFist Industries, but Terry's goat eats the documents. Ninja suggests Terry inherit the company to thwart McFist. Meanwhile, Whoopi World becomes Windy World, a fart-powered park run by Terry. Randy transforms into the ninja to save Howard and others captured for power. Reluctantly teaming up with McFist, they destroy the fart-collecting Robotick. Terry returns to his hippie lifestyle. McFist resumes rivalry with the ninja, and Randy, frustrated with Howard's obliviousness, leaves him behind. Randy and Howard queue to block Pitch Kickham's shot for a chance to win a limo ride, but Randy's caught up in a battle with McFist, leaving Howard frustrated. Randy steals Machuggers from McFist before heading to the Namakon, ignoring its warning against stealing. Joining Howard, Randy struggles to remove the Machuggers, causing chaos. In the bathroom, he gets stuck in the door. As a spherical robot approaches, Randy panics and inadvertently kicks it towards Pitch. Mistaken for the ninja briefly, Randy fights robo-hooligans with his hands tied. Pitch intervenes, halting the robot with a bicycle kick. Howard catches the ball, deflecting the robot's lasers, cheered by the crowd. Randy learns to loosen the Machuggers and returns them to McFist, enjoying the limo ride with Howard and Pitch in the end. Randy and Howard, longing for pets, steal the McFreaks from the McFreak show, unaware of the odd juice that keeps them calm. Releasing the creatures causes chaos at the pet park as they turn wild, attacking owners and pets. Viceroy and McFist return to find their plans ruined. Realizing their mistake, Randy dons his ninja suit with Howard's aid to corral the McFreaks back, learning the Namakon's lesson about respecting nature. Despite initially failing, they succeed with the help of Barnabas Jones. Discovering Viceroy's use of odd juice, Ninja sets the McFreaks free. Howard, feeling sidelined, discards his monkey bike. With the odd juice destroyed, the McFreaks roam Detention Island freely. Ninja apologizes for their ordeal, while McFist and Viceroy escape to PJ McFlubusters to avoid bickering. Randy and Howard vie for Amanda LaVey's affection at the Dance Beneath the Stars event, unaware of her true identity as the sorceress. Randy disguises himself to impress her, while Howard warns against deception. Ultimately, Howard's genuine character wins Amanda's admiration, but their celebration is short-lived when the sorcerer reappears, threatening chaos. Randy and Howard unite to protect Amanda and thwart the sorcerer's plans. Meanwhile, they embark on a quest to find the most beautiful thing for Amanda, leading to Randy discovering the Eye of Eternities. However, they realize Amanda is the sorceress, prompting Randy to abandon pursuing her. In a final showdown, Randy outwits the sorceress, leading to her defeat. As the night ends, tensions arise between Randy and Howard, setting the stage for future conflicts with the sorceress. Howard's storytelling session with Randy is interrupted by Bash, who kicks off his prank fest with Randy as the unwitting first target. Armed with prank tech from McFist Industries, Bash wreaks havoc on his classmates. Randy and Howard, tired of being pranked, plot their revenge despite Namakon's warning. They humiliate Bash in front of everyone, earning cheers from their peers. Meanwhile, McFist pressures Viceroy into creating a prank device for his stepson, Marcy. Bash's pranks escalate, turning dangerous, and Ninja confronts him. Using his wits, Ninja defeats the prank Suka, restoring order. McFist blames Viceroy for Bash's chaos, while Viceroy faces the consequences of his creations. Randy and Howard find respect among sophomores, but face consequences for their involvement. The episode ends with Theresa surprising them, leaving them to clean up the chaos and reflect on their actions. At the beginning, Randy revels in the limelight alongside Howard and Heidi Weinerman, disguised as the ninja. However, tension arises when Heidi becomes frustrated with Howard's behavior. Meanwhile, McFist and Viceroy plot to overshadow the ninja with a new hero, Lucius O Thunderpunch. As chaos ensues with a giant robot attack, O Thunderpunch steals the spotlight, leaving Randy feeling dejected. Believing his time as a hero is over, Randy discards his mask, feeling obsolete. Witnessing O Thunderpunch's chaos, Howard urges Randy to remember his duty as a ninja. With renewed determination, Randy retrieves his mask and confronts the monsters, ultimately defeating Oath Thunderpunch and restoring order. The episode emphasizes themes of duty and self-realization as Randy grapples with his role as the ninja, ultimately embracing his responsibility and showcasing growth. As Randy and Howard prepare for a parade, they discuss Randy's old alias, Reginald Bagel, used to conceal his identity as the Norrisville Ninja. They dismiss concerns about it being exposed until Catfish Bore unwittingly reveals it to McFist. Learning of Reginald's connection to the ninja, McFist orders his destruction. Despite receiving a warning from the Nomicon about vigilance, Randy misinterprets it. During the parade, executioner bots attack Reginald, prompting Randy to transform into the ninja to save him. Despite Randy's efforts, Reginald's secret is exposed, highlighting the consequences of overlooking danger. Randy improvises to divert suspicion, but the parade is ruined. Reflecting on the Nomicon's lesson, Randy realizes the importance of heeding warnings and rescues Reginald from further danger, ending the comedy for the day. Randy and Howard eagerly anticipate witnessing Norrisville's weather satellite crash, but Howard accidentally breaks their McPeepers binoculars. Seeking a replacement, Randy consults the Ninja Nomicon, discovering the binoculars are meant to be indestructible. They request replacements from McFist Industries, surprising Viceroy, the designer. Viceroy's attempts to demonstrate their durability fail when Howard inadvertently breaks another pair. Meanwhile, Randy battles an indestructible robot made from McFist products, realizing he left Howard vulnerable. In Viceroy's lab, Howard's knack for finding flaws intrigues Viceroy, who sees potential against the ninja. Randy returns to find Howard unharmed, and they receive a new pair of truly indestructible McPeepers. Together, they witness the satellite's crash, their victory symbolizing their resilience against adversity. Randy vents frustration over McFist's constant pursuit, but Howard tricks him into attending McFist Industries' 50th anniversary. Determined to expose McFist, Randy interprets the Ninja Nomicon's lesson as encouragement to provoke his enemy. He disrupts the event, unsuccessfully convincing the crowd until he destroys a statue, revealing McFist's true intentions over a live microphone. The crowd turns against McFist, infuriating him. Empowered by the sorcerer's stank, McFist transforms into a monstrous form and attacks Randy as the ninja. Despite Howard's anger over the ruined event, Randy revels in McFist's downfall, unaware of the looming threat posed by McFist's newfound power. In a fierce battle, the ninja confronts Stank Hannibal McFist, realizing that an old Squiddle might reverse the stank. After Howard ingests it, the ninja makes him vomit onto McFist, triggering a childhood memory that restores him to normal. Understanding the lesson, the ninja deceives the citizens, claiming McFist was stanked, restoring their trust in him. To maintain McFist's reputation, the ninja announces free McFist pads for all. Witnessing the deception, the sorcerer becomes enraged, causing further damage to the McFist Industries tower, confirming his suspicions. Norrisville High lies in ruins after a robot attack, prompting Randy to vow full obedience to the Nomicon. However, the Nomicon creates a reckless duplicate, Randy, to teach Randy a lesson. Randy indulges in impulsive decisions like breakdancing and flirting, causing chaos. Meanwhile, Randy is trapped in the Nomicon, witnessing Randy's actions. When Randy inadvertently causes Theresa Fowler's heartbreak, the sorcerer stanks her. Despite Howard's warnings, Randy persists. Theresa gets stanked, prompting Randy to suggest ditching their mission for games. Suspicious of Randy's behavior, Howard steals the Nomicon and accidentally enters it, freeing Randy. Randy realizes he must balance using the Nomicon with his own judgment. Exiting the Nomicon, Randy battles Randy, who transforms into the ninja. Remembering the lesson of balance, Randy causes them both to trip into the Nomicon, sending Randy back. Randy wakes up in his body, Relive, and de-stanks Theresa. He apologizes to her through a ninja gesture, causing her to revert to normal. Later, Randy tells Howard he's finding balance, and they enjoy frozen yogurt. Theresa watches happy, holding the bouquet with hearts overhead. During a tour of McFist Industries, Randy and Howard learn about McFist's game changer and sneak away to investigate. Meanwhile, McFist and Viceroy discuss a deal with the sorcerer, who threatens to find someone else if McFist fails to release him and destroy the ninja. Determined to guarantee the sorcerer's freedom, McFist agrees. Randy and Howard hide in a porta potty, which turns out to be the game changer, a time machine that sends them back 800 years to 1213 Norrisville. There, they face stanked rats and encounter the first ninja, altering the course of history and inadvertently releasing the sorcerer, leading to chaos in present-day Norrisville. In the past, the sorcerer steals the stone from the first ninja squire, becoming all-powerful. Randy and the first ninja seek guidance from the Ninja Nomicon, but are unable to decipher its advice. Witnessing the havoc caused by the sorcerer in the present, the first ninja decides to quit, devastating Randy. They devise a plan to distract the sorcerer and retrieve the stone, but it fails. Randy decides to release the Tengu by stabbing the stone and throws Howard into it. Randy controls Tang Howard to battle the sorcerer's projection. Despite initial setbacks, the first ninja returns and, with Randy's help, defeats the sorcerer and locks him away. This restores the present, leaving the sorcerer doubting McFist and Viceroy's promise to free him. Howard implores Randy never to let the Tengu possess him again, but Randy cannot promise. The first ninja praises Randy's determination. Returning to the present, Randy and Howard resume the tour. Randy discovers a message from the first ninja in the Namicon, signaling his turn to shape history. The episode concludes with the sorcerer's orb landing in Catfish's hands, hinting at future chaos. Randy and Howard visit the new McFlume water slide, but Randy, afraid of water slides, tries to escape. As the ninja, he accidentally damages the slide, causing chaos. Meanwhile, McFist's Shark Terminator, activated by lowered water levels, threatens Norrisville. Randy and Howard, unaware of their role, witness the destruction. Randy chooses the easy path at the Shamescullator, falling into an abyss, learning the Ninja Namicon's lesson. Outside, he saves McFist and Viceroy from the Shark Terminator, realizing they're his enemies. Understanding the Namicon's message, Randy fixes the slide and they all ride it together. Randy saves Howard from danger, and they reflect on their day. The episode ends with a snapshot from the McFlume capturing their adventure. The scene begins with the ninja battling a polar bear bot in scorching heat. McFist sees an opportunity to profit from the ninja's battles, but Viceroy's robot malfunctions due to the heat. Embarrassed, Randy ends the fight with a smoke bomb. McFist and Viceroy criticize Viceroy's poor choice, and they meet Howard's father, Mort, who reluctantly agrees to build robots for them. Randy, expecting a pool in Howard's backyard, finds only concrete due to an autocorrect mishap. Jean Levan arrives to build the pool while Mort designs a robot for McFist. Randy and Howard relax in an inflatable pool as the Ninja McTour's bus arrives, diverting their attention to a disturbance at the high school. Reluctantly, Randy Ninja outs to investigate. At school, the ninja mocks McFist's poorly designed robot, while Howard dreams of a water slide in his dry pool. Mort promises a slide if McFist approves the robot, tying it to his promotion. Randy learns of the new robot and Mort's promotion, prompting Howard to suggest faking defeat until the slide is built. Reluctantly, Randy pretends to be vanquished. Thinking the ninja is defeated, McFist informs the sorcerer, who stanks the tourists. Randy returns home to find the bus of monsters attacking. He intervenes, consulting the Namicon for guidance on restoring hope. Randy uses the robot's floodlight to cast his shadow, undoing the stank. Back at Howard's, the completed pool is unveiled, but Mort reveals he lost his promotion, leading Howard to blame Randy. Mort agrees, and they relax in the pool as Randy feels ill. The episode ends with a cutout of a cheerful sun. At the start, Randy and Howard bicker on the school bus, with Howard tossing Randy's chemistry book out. Inside, they discuss friendship boundaries, revealing Randy's unease. Meanwhile, Principal Slimovitz encounters Catfish Bore, the substitute teacher, secretly manipulated by the sorcerer. Randy suspects something amiss with Catfish and consults the Namicon. Howard overhears Catfish discussing Ninja Pop in Time, part of the sorcerer's plan. When Catfish transforms into a monster after ingesting a Powerball, Randy confronts him as the ninja. Catfish seeks the Eye of Eternities, empowered by the sorcerer's magic, threatening the school. Despite Randy's efforts, Catfish proves formidable. Randy demands the Powerball, but Slimovitz collapses before they can resolve the situation, leaving the school in peril. In a tense battle, Randy confronts Bore, determined to thwart the sorcerer's plans. Howard's revelation that Bore isn't stank surprises Randy, prompting him to seek Howard's help. Randy learns that Bore gained power from consuming the Chaos Pearl, strategizing to weaken him by luring him away from the Eye of Eternities. Randy successfully frees Bore from the sorcerer's control and leads him to regurgitate the pearl at a construction site, reverting him to his original form. With the pearl secured, Randy escapes, leaving Bore disoriented in his swamp. Back at Randy's house, Howard is impressed by Randy's use of his booger story. Randy acknowledges its grossness but resolves to safeguard the pearl. Howard pushes Randy to reveal his secrets, leading to Randy confessing about his sister's spiciness, making Howard uncomfortable. Randy continues, causing Howard to become increasingly nauseated, ending the conversation as the scene fades. As Randy and Howard enjoy Sousicles, they notice a warning sign about their consumption, sparking Debbie's interest in investigating the hazards. Randy, fearing the loss of Sousicles, persuades Debbie as the ninja to drop the story. However, Randy regrets his decision upon seeing Howard's excessive consumption. When RoboApe targets the Sousicles machine, Randy initially pretends to stop it, but secretly encourages it, unaware that Howard climbs into the machine. Realizing Howard's danger, Randy pursues the truck. Meanwhile, Debbie follows the ninja to uncover the truth behind his actions. As the ninja, Randy battles Levender but finds him too powerful. Remembering the Namicon's lesson, Randy realizes they must right their wrong by performing with Levender. Sacrificing himself, Randy de-transforms and they persuade Levender to join them on stage. During the performance, Levender is freed from the Stank's influence and returns to normal. They later perform at Greg's Game Hole, featuring Lavender. However, just before they start, a power outage interrupts their performance. Randy and Howard attend Whoopi's concert at Whoopi World, where they witness Principal Slimovitz's fanatical behavior. After the show, they spot Slimovitz trying to enter backstage but being stopped by Whoopi's bodyguards. Howard suggests sneaking backstage to ensure Whoopi's safety, using Randy's own words about fans' craziness as persuasion. Inside, they meet Whoopi, but Randy senses something amiss and consults the Nomicon for guidance. It advises caution in unfamiliar situations. Despite Howard's insistence on Whoopi's safety, Randy decides to leave. Perplexed by Whoopi's scripted responses, Randy grows suspicious of his true identity, prompting further investigation. Randy, interpreting Nomicon's advice as a warning for Whoopi's safety, insists they take Whoopi with them. As they depart, the guard returns to find Whoopi missing, triggering an alarm. At McFist Industries, McFist orders Viceroy to create another Whoopi robot, determined to make it theft-proof. Meanwhile, Randy and Howard, accompanied by Whoopi, pat themselves on the back for their rescue. However, Howard feels uncomfortable in Whoopi's pouch, leading to a struggle to get him out. When Randy seeks Whoopi's assistance, he receives the usual scripted response. Concerned by Whoopi's repetitive behavior, Randy discusses it with Howard only to discover Whoopi has vanished. Panic ensues as they search for him, while Whoopi encounters Slimovitz, who offers him a ride back to Whoopi World. Randy and Howard, concerned for Whoopi's safety, sneak backstage to ensure he's okay. They mistakenly believe Whoopi is in danger due to an unguarded entrance. Taking Whoopi with them, they later realize their error when Whoopi repeats programmed responses. Randy consults the Nomicon for guidance. Meanwhile, Viceroy creates a replacement Whoopi, who attacks Randy and Howard, abducting the real Whoopi and leaving Slimovitz tied up. Attending Whoopi's show, Randy and Howard notice Whoopi's odd behavior. Randy transforms into the ninja to confront the imposter, rescuing the real Whoopi. Reflecting on their actions, Randy regrets unnecessary intervention, while Howard remains indifferent. Whoopi encounters Slimovitz still tied up, but his programmed responses leave Slimovitz stranded. Randy rushes to class, nearly tripping over a skeleton's leg. Mrs. Driscoll assigns a Ballony baby project, emphasizing responsibility. Randy scoffs while Howard eagerly embraces the task, naming their Ballony Sylvester Ballone. Randy doubts Howard's ability, leading to a bet. As Randy enters the Nomicon, it gives a cryptic lesson about learning. Misinterpreting it, Randy sees himself as the teacher and Howard as the student. The Nomicon, frustrated, corrects Randy's misunderstanding. Back in class, Randy adopts a patronizing attitude, attempting to teach Howard. However, Howard proves adept at caring for Sylvester. Randy's approach backfires as Howard learns independently. Reflecting on the Nomicon's lesson, Randy realizes his mistake. In the end, both friends learn from each other, with Howard's capable parenting earning them a passing grade. At McFist Industries, McFist ignores Viceroy's new invention, Mood Juice, which powers ninja-destroying robots by feeding off hostility. Viceroy tests it with a flybot, causing chaos. Meanwhile, Randy and Howard struggle with a diaper task, amusingly failing. The flybot's havoc at school prompts Randy's ninja intervention. Surprisingly, flies don't bother Randy. McFist, enraged, realizes the fly doesn't affect the ninja. Randy defeats the flybot, but Mood Juice splashes on Sylvester. Randy laughs at Howard's diaper, unaware Sylvester now has eyes, hinting at an unexpected turn. In the classroom, Mrs. Driscoll's inspection of Randy and Howard's Ballony baby turns chaotic when it transforms into a monster, taking her hostage and wreaking havoc. The ninja's attempts fail against the Ballony monster, which grows larger and climbs the school. Randy, recalling Nomicon's lesson, realizes trust is key. However, he's thrown back into the classroom, where Howard suggests using a lullaby to calm the monster. Randy's doubts are dispelled when Howard's song soothes the creature, reverting it to normal. The Mood Juice spills out, but a Tengu fireball destroys it. Randy and Howard enjoy Ballony sandwiches, while Sylvester rests in a lunchbox, symbolizing peace restored despite Jerry's broken leg. The ninja faces the Honey Badger bot, but is distracted by Bucky's cringeworthy song. Reluctant to confront Bucky, the ninja pretends to enjoy it. Howard criticizes Randy for his agreeable nature, leading Randy to seek guidance from the Nomicon. Misinterpreting its lesson, he believes avoiding confrontation leads to greater conflict. In the cafeteria, Bucky's song disrupts the ninja's battle with the slug bot. Despite the distraction, the ninja defeats it with salt, the slug's weakness. McFist enjoys the song, oblivious to the battle. Bucky persists, leaving Randy struggling to maintain composure. Randy's reluctance to address Bucky's cringe-worthy song leads to McFist and Viceroy planning an attack during Bucky's performance. Despite wanting to confess, Randy gets swayed by Howard's decision to join in. However, Randy's nerves reach a tipping point during the show, causing him to lash out at Bucky, ruining the event. Trapped on stage by amp bots, Randy realizes McFist's trap. Understanding the Nomicon's lesson, Randy implores Bucky to sing the cringy song for its rhythm to defeat the amp bots. Reluctantly, Bucky complies and Randy smoothly dispatches the bots before escaping. In the aftermath, Randy admits the Nomicon was right, recognizing the importance of facing the truth early, as Bucky's song loses its appeal. Randy learns from Howard that everyone else is tired of it. The episode ends with Randy and Howard bantering as Agreeable Alan makes a cameo, bidding farewell to the viewers. At PJ McFlubusters, Randy calls out Howard's fake birthday celebration, but his own feeble lie backfires. Seeking guidance from the Nomicon, Randy misunderstands a lesson on deception, believing he's gained the power to lie convincingly. He fabricates a tale about a banned fudge factory, convincing Howard to investigate. Meanwhile, McFist worries about his impending visit from his mother-in-law and plots to conceal his secret plans. As Randy's lies escalate, McFist overhears and decides to use the fabricated factory to hide his weapons. Randy and Howard stumble upon the real abandoned factory, unaware of McFist's involvement. Despite Randy's attempts to confess, Howard misconstrues, leaving them into a perilous situation inside the factory filled with ninja-destroying weapons. Randy, as the ninja, rescues Howard from a crane but gets ensnared himself. McFist and Viceroy discover him and order their robots to attack. Despite Randy's initial success, he's overwhelmed and captured. Viceroy attempts to dispose of him, but Marcy and her mother, Ruth, interrupt. Ruth exposes McFist's villainous plans but dismisses Randy's accusations due to his incompetence. As Ruth leaves, Randy feels frustrated. Later, at a bus stop, Randy reflects on the lesson about lying, but Howard's hunger causes a comical mishap as they board the bus, ending the episode with humor. Best Buds episode begins at the Norrisville Food Fair, where Howard and Randy, reigning champions of the Best Buds competition, arrive. While Howard is relaxed, Randy is focused on defending their title. The competition involves blindfolded taste tests, but Howard burns his tongue, leaving Randy to compete alone. Desperate, Randy seeks help from the Nomicon, receiving heightened senses. He excels in the competition until chaos erupts when McFist's device malfunctions, releasing a monster. Randy struggles but remembers Nomicon's lesson, gaining control and defeating the monster. However, both teams are disqualified and McFist and Bash must go camping. The episode ends with Howard's tongue healing and the boys reaffirming their friendship. Randy and Howard are excited about playing Grave Puncher 10, abnormal behavior at Greg's game hole, but toilet issue delays their plans. Meanwhile, Otto confronts McFist, leading to Otto's removal from the lab. Randy and Howard receive a copy of the game from Otto, but their enjoyment is interrupted by an argument over turns, causing Howard to leave. Randy receives a lesson from the Nomicon about considering others' needs, which he misinterprets as sharing the game with Howard. At Greg's food hole, Howard and Viceroy discuss their strained relationships. McFist arrives with a fake Otto, leading Howard and Viceroy to expose the deception. Viceroy's breakdown prompts him to unleash the berserkers on the city, and Howard calls Randy for help. Randy hesitates, but eventually returns Otto to Viceroy to stop the chaos. The boys reconcile, and Randy apologizes to Howard. However, the game goes out of order again, and McFist and Viceroy witness the berserkers' destruction, prompting them to retreat. Ninja battles McFist and Viceroy's Tyrannobot and overhear mention of Operation BBD. This piques his curiosity, leading him to obsess over uncovering its meaning, even incorporating it into an essay with Howard. Misinterpreting a Nomicon lesson, Randy infiltrates Bash's clique to gather intel on Operation BBD, adopting a mean persona that strains his friendship with Howard. Meanwhile, McFist and Viceroy meticulously plan the operation. On the operation day, Ninja disrupts Bash's reward delivery, causing chaos. Howard realizes BBD stands for Bash's Big Day, clarifying Randy's misunderstanding. Bash, stanked by the sorcerer, transforms into a monster. Ninja repairs Bash's minibike, yeast-stanking him and thwarting the sorcerer's plan. Randy reconciles with Howard, apologizing for his behavior. As Bash crashes his minibike, Randy and Howard laugh off their misadventures, reaffirming their friendship. Let the Wonk One episode begins with Randy and Howard lamenting the lack of scares in Halloween and deciding to set up a haunted house. Their attempts fail until Randy discovers the Halloweenja in the Nomicon, enhancing their haunted house with genuine terror. However, the Halloweenja's magic spirals out of control, terrorizing the neighborhood. Randy realizes cuteness is his weakness and enlists the kids to fight back with adorable costumes, turning the monsters back to normal. Randy drains the Halloweenja's power using the Nomicon, ending the chaos. Meanwhile, Viceroy's Halloween antics unsettle McFist. As Randy and Howard encounter a mysterious figure in a bear costume, they feel spooked, realizing it's not who they thought. Randy is trying to scare his friends with spooky stories during Halloween night at cabin. When his friends aren't impressed, Randy tells the legend of the curse of Mudfort, despite Howard's warnings. According to the story, saying Mudfort 67 times summons a monstrous figure. As Randy narrates, strange occurrences begin and the counter for Mudfort rises. When the counter reaches 67, chaos erupts and Randy's friends believe Mudfort is attacking. Randy encounters Jason Myers, the real Mudfort, in the woods. Despite convincing Jason to face his fears, a comedic moment triggers Jason's transformation. In a battle, Randy struggles against Mudfort, until the boy's laughter triggers Jason's transformation. The episode ends with Randy alone denying Mudfort's existence as the counter reaches 67 again. This episode begins with Randy and Howard leaving Laser Arena disappointed by their lack of tickets. Randy rescues a woman from a gorilla bot but discovers she's a robot that sprays him with tracking goo. Inspired by the encounter, Randy suggests using the ninja mask to cheat at laser tag to earn tickets. Unbeknownst to them, Viceroy tracks the goo signal to find the ninja. Meanwhile, McFist plans to upload footage of the robot lady spraying goo on the ninja. Randy and Howard cheat their way to victory in laser tag, but Viceroy sends laser tag robots to defeat the ninja. Randy fights them and realizes their danger due to cheating. Remembering the Namakon's lesson, he confronts the robots directly and defeats them. Reflecting on their actions, Randy plans to wash the tracking goo out of the ninja's suit, with Howard deciding to join him. In the episode Ninception, Randy experiences recurring nightmares where he battles monsters to protect the Chaos Pearls. He confides in Howard about his unsettling dreams, and the two visit the game hole, encountering a moth monster. Randy transforms into the ninja but fails to stop the monster from stealing the Powerball. Randy then wakes up in a movie theater, realizing he's trapped in another dream. Alongside Howard, they encounter a Gila monster, stealing the Powerball, and climb a volcano to retrieve it, only to realize they're reliving events from the previous dream. Randy wakes up again on a school bus, facing another monster. Despite Howard's urging, Randy hesitates to unlock the sorcerer's prison, suspecting he's still dreaming. Eventually, he manages to wake up for real and prevents the Powerball from freeing the sorcerer. In the Hanukkah-themed episode, Randy and Howard enjoy festivities at Greg's game hole. Randy plays a holiday game while Howard expresses dissatisfaction with his Hanukkah gift. Suddenly, a rampaging robot disrupts the celebration. McFist aims to buy the store for his wife's shoe business, but Greg refuses. To avoid condemnation, Howard volunteers to play a game while Randy fetches replacements from storage. Despite McFist's interference, they load the truck with games. On the road, they encounter a Robo-Yeti, but Randy defeats it using ninja skills. However, Greg's truck sustains damage. Arriving at the game hole, Randy and Greg distract Howard, allowing Bash to play a new game, saving the store. McFist's attempt to impress his wife fails, but she mistakes shoeboxes for Hanukkah gifts. Later, Greg's truck is repaired and the games are unloaded, concluding with Randy and Howard reflecting on the day's events. Randy and Howard plan to visit Snowcahoma, a snow park. Meanwhile, evil Julian emerges from a mirror, posing a threat. Randy helps Julian escape evil Julian's clutches, but faces challenges without the Namicon. At Snowcahoma, Randy, Howard, and Julian encounter a stanked Julian monster, forcing Randy to confront his mistake of leaving the Namicon behind. Despite the chaos, Randy saves Julian, who reverts to normal. Evil Julian disappears, leaving Randy and Howard bewildered. Back at school, Randy realizes the consequences of his actions as the Namicon reacts strongly in his locker. Julian remains trapped in a mirror, and evil Julian roams free, setting an ominous tone for the episode's conclusion. After watching the Brock Octane's Day Off movie, Randy and Howard want to skip school. Randy fakes illness using the ninja suit, while Howard tries a conventional approach. Mort's temperature check terrifies Howard. Despite Randy's success, Howard admits failure. The Ninja Namicon approves Randy's decision. McFist struggles without Viceroy. Dr. Sam visits Randy, believing he's sick. Randy convinces him, leading to quarantine for donkeypox. Howard orchestrates a robot attack to lure Randy, but quarantine prevents him from leaving. Randy redirects a missile launched by Dr. Sam's mistake. At lunch, Howard confesses, surprising Randy, who admits enjoying the day off. After Howard receives a boomerang from his uncle Boo High, he vents to Randy about its perceived uselessness. Randy suggests retrieving it from McFist Mansion's roof. Despite reluctance, Howard's plea convinces Randy. They find distractions but encounter cowboy bots activated by Viceroy. Randy fights while Howard learns Namakon's lesson. Nearly exposed on security cameras, they strike a deal with Viceroy. After cleaning up, Randy comforts Howard about the lost boomerang, but it crashes into McFist's property, leaving them shocked. As the ninja battles a robot, Heidi Weinerman debuts a segment critiquing his battles, irking Randy. Howard enjoys the attention, but Randy worries about the distraction. Meanwhile, Viceroy sends a robot dog after the ninja. During the fight, Heidi and Howard set up their segment Lev, causing distracting chants. Hindered by the noise and doodles, the ninja struggles. Seeking help from S. Ward Smith, Randy learns to block out distractions. Despite setbacks, Randy understands Smith's lesson and defeats the robot. Howard ends the segment with a tribute to the ninja, earning respect. Randy appreciates Howard's support and acknowledges Heidi's show's impact. Randy reopens the high school library, but Luigi asks him to cut the ribbon for his pizzeria, offering free pizza. Initially hesitant, Randy agrees after Howard convinces him to accept free products like celebrities. Misinterpreting Namakon's lesson, Randy starts doing commercials for various businesses in Norrisville for free products. McFist plans to attack the ninja during a fake commercial shoot, setting up hidden lasers. Despite feeling embarrassed during one ad, Randy agrees to endorse McFist's products after being offered gifts. Before the attack, Howard informs Randy that his fired sponsors are angry, leading to them getting stanked and attacking during the shoot. Randy destroys the free gifts to de-stank the sponsors, realizing the lesson's true meaning. The episode ends with Howard revealed to be wearing a disguise. Randy seeks advice from the Ninja Nomicon to counter Howard's pranks. The Nomicon advises him to be unpredictable. Meanwhile, Evil Julian discovers Randy has the Sorcerer's Powerball. Randy decides to give the Powerball to Evil Julian, hoping to outsmart Howard, but it backfires when Evil Julian becomes supercharged and attacks. As the ninja, Randy battles Evil Julian but struggles against his enhanced powers. Remembering the Nomicon's lesson, Randy uses Howard's traps to his advantage, incapacitating Evil Julian temporarily. He then defeats Evil Julian by detonating a nearby robot's power core. Despite Randy's hope that Howard learn his lesson, Evil Julian plots his next move, now aware of the Powerball's location. Randy and Howard's fake Chupacabra adventure gains them temporary fame online until the renowned adventurer Braun Brickwall exposes their hoax, leaving them embarrassed. Despite Nomicon's warning about false glory, Randy decides to outdo Braun to regain their reputation. Their plan backfires when Braun is stanked by the sorcerer, turning into a mindless monster. The ninja struggles against stanked Braun until he immobilizes him with quick thinking. They realize confessing their lies is the only way to help Braun. Returning to school, they come clean about their deception, prompting Braun to vow to change his ways. Theresa confronts Randy but forgives him after he genuinely apologizes. As the episode ends, a real Chupacabra appears, signaling potential future adventures. Randy's secret identity as the ninja is jeopardized when Debbie captures footage of him in his ninja gear. In a panic, he shoves her into the Ninja Nomicon, where she faces accusations from images of armored swordsmen. Meanwhile, Howard decides to prank them while they're unconscious. Debbie wakes up and decides to expose Randy by bringing the Ninja Nomicon as proof on Heidi's show. McFist sends a robot after Randy, who lures it onto a frozen lake and sinks it. Back at school, Randy tries to deny Debbie's accusations, but Howard helps him by using a dummy of the ninja. Confused, Debbie tears up her evidence after waking with no memory. Randy learns a lesson about the importance of protecting his secret identity. Randy and Howard are borrowed from a horror movie due to Randy's failed adult disguise. Prompted by the Ninja Nomicon, they journey to the Enchanted Temple to retrieve a Powerball from Guardian Plop Plop. They convince Plop Plop to join them but unwittingly break the seal on the Powerball, alerting the sorcerer. At the theater, the Powerball is possessed, instructing Plop Plop to deliver. Randy intervenes, but the possession persists. After the movie, they part ways, but Plop Plop's possession intensifies, leading to a confrontation at the school. Randy frees Plop Plop with the Nomicon's help, becoming the new Guardian. He resolves to learn from the experience. The episode concludes with Randy and Howard washing dishes on a TV set, revealing their adventure was part of a show. Later, Randy and Howard indulge in a war marathon until interrupted by a robot attack mimicking the show's monsters. Randy defeats the robots using tactics from the cartoon, but Viceroy adapts, creating robots with different weaknesses. When faced with an unexpected foe, Randy realizes he must fight using his instincts, not the cartoon's formula. With Nomicon's guidance, Randy prevails, thwarting Viceroy's plan. Reflecting on their adventure, Randy and Howard acknowledge the folly of living out their favorite show. In a nod to Roar's format, they break the fourth wall, urging viewers to drink milk. With more Heidi and Mrs. Weinerman away, Howard and Randy indulge in video games, causing chaos. Mort returns, grounding Howard, who unsuccessfully blames the mess on the ninja. Randy, as the ninja, creates a diversion but is confronted by a robo-ape, escalating the situation. Mort's paranoia leads him to confront the ninja, attracting McFist and Viceroy's attention. They deploy pterodactyls to capture the ninja, but Howard intervenes when Mort becomes the pilot. As Mort recklessly charges towards danger, the ninja reveals the truth to prevent disaster. Howard confesses their role in the mess, but Mort's anger leads to an accident. The ninja saves the day, but chaos ensues when a giant robo-lizard appears, leaving the boys to clean up. Eventually, Principal Slimovitz implements Saturday school to make up for missed curriculum time blamed on the ninja. Randy struggles to counter Howard's complaints until Howard's hair starts turning white mysteriously. During math class, Howard unexpectedly excels, leading Randy to exploit his friend's newfound intelligence to end Saturday school and shift blame away from the ninja, despite Nomicon's warning. However, Howard's arrogance grows alongside his intellect, causing chaos when he creates a black hole device in science class. Randy, as the ninja, tries to stop him, but Howard refuses to listen. Inside Howard's mind, Randy confronts his genius avatar, eventually breaking through with humor to shut down the device. Principal Slimovitz cancels Saturday school except for Doug, as Viceroy learns about Howard's temporary genius from contaminated McBubble Slam. At Greg's game hole, Randy accidentally ends up at Greg's folk hole and is inspired by Rachel's song dedicated to the ninja. Randy, feeling unappreciated by Howard, confronts him and decides to end their friendship. Meanwhile, Howard struggles to find his way home and afford food. Rachel, feeling humiliated by Randy's dismissive treatment, runs away and is transformed into a monster by the sorcerer's stank. Randy misinterprets a lesson from the Ninjanomicon as referring to Howard and enjoys Rachel's attention without showing appreciation. However, he realizes his mistake when Rachel attacks him. With Howard's help, Randy traps Rachel and reconciles with him, apologizing for taking advantage of their friendship. They sing a revised version of Rachel's song, pacifying her and returning her to normal. As Randy and Howard leave, McFist and Marcy arrive, mistaking Rachel's tent for their date spot. Confused but relieved, McFist lets it go, pleased that his wife isn't mad at him. When How He Met Randy episode begins with a nostalgic trip back 8 years to Marcy's daycare center, where Randy and Howard first met. Despite Randy's attempts to befriend Howard with talk of the ninja, Howard remains dismissive. They sneak out of daycare, witnessed by Doug, and explore the high school. Meanwhile, McFist forgets his anniversary with Marcy as chaos erupts in her absence. Randy spills paint, triggering panic, and Marcy succumbs to the sorcerer's stank, transforming into a monster. Randy insists the ninja is real and the ninja of 05 arrives, proving his point. With Randy's help, the ninja defeats Marcy, de-stanking her. Marcy scolds the boys, returning them to daycare. In the present, Randy reveals their true first meeting, strengthening their bond. The scene begins at Greg's game hole, where Randy and Howard sell ninja weapons for cash. Despite Randy's reservations, they agree to use the money for fun. However, the Nomicon warns Randy about the dangers of selling ninja weapons. Ignoring the warning, they spend all the money on food, prompting them to sell more weapons. Their buyer, Jean Levine, refuses more, suggesting a unique weapon might fetch a good price. Randy retrieves the ninja dual blade, unaware of its significance. Meanwhile, McFist plans to use ninja weapons for his scheme. At the boardwalk, NinjaBot appears, causing chaos, and Randy transforms to confront it. During the battle, Randy realizes NinjaBot's weapons are his own and deduces McFist as the buyer. He uses the Lucius Oath Thunder Punch suit against NinjaBot, but struggles until he activates the ninja dual blade's hidden function, defeating it. McFist celebrates, unaware of his role in NinjaBot's defeat. Randy decides not to sell any more weapons, heeding Nomicon's advice. The episode ends with Randy and Howard enjoying themselves, still having some money left. Norrisville High is gearing up for a soccer match against the Pitch Kick'ems, led by the renowned player Pitch Kickham. Doug, as the fighting cart mascot, fails to excite the crowd. However, when Howard shares Randy's jokes, the students laugh uproariously, catching Principal Slimovit's attention. Slimovitz suggests Randy and Howard replace Doug as mascots. During the game, they mock Pitch, earning cheers, but Slimovitz later limits them to one mascot, sparking a rivalry. Randy locks Howard up to take his place, but fails to entertain the crowd. Stank Doug seeks revenge, leading to a confrontation between him, Randy, and Howard. Slimovitz suggests the ninja intervene, but Howard must acknowledge Doug as the best mascot to de-stank him. After settling the issue, Randy and Howard reconcile, admitting their faults. Laughing at Doug's expense, they affirm their enduring friendship. The scene unfolds with McFist capturing Randy on the hovercraft, sparking a fierce battle. However, Howard interrupts, informing Randy about the McFist Watch Time Talk launch. Randy faces off against Robo-Apes, one wielding a dangerous blaster. McFist forces its use, leading to chaos as the ship crashes into Scrap City, a robot prison. Meanwhile, Mort learns of the launch delay and joins Howard to rescue Randy and McFist. In Scrap City, Randy faces challenges and warnings from the Nomicon. He encounters QT-Bot, who deceives him into a trap set by the Pump Bot leader. Randy and McFist face trial and battle in a robot coliseum. Randy defeats a Monstrosaurus bot and opens an escape route. Howard and Mort rescue them, except for the Pump Bot leader. They receive McFist Watch Time Talks, but Randy and McFist resume their conflict. On a normal morning, Randy is reminded by Howard about his forgotten birthday. Seeking guidance from the Nomicon, he misinterprets its lesson and decides to protect Howard's feelings with lies. Fabricating a story about a space shuttle launch, Randy accidentally launches the spacecraft with Howard aboard. Desperate, Randy seeks help from retired astronaut Neil Apostrom. Meanwhile, McFist and Viceroy plot to spy on the ninja, but struggle to find a replacement astronaut. In space, Howard triggers a raptor bot, endangering himself. With Neil's reluctant aid, Randy rushes to save Howard but loses Neil to space. Howard, initially frustrated about his ruined birthday, appreciates the adventure. Randy confronts Howard about his selfishness, but they reconcile. Back on Earth, McFist's plans are foiled and Randy and Howard return safely, grateful for their bond. Randy and Howard's tardiness lands them in Principal Slimovitz's office during lunch, where Randy's prank causes chaos and Slimovitz's dismissal. The next day, a robotic principal named Todd takes over, implementing a program with educational headgear. Slimovitz is locked away by Buttermaker and Mick, while Randy and Howard notice strange student behavior. Slimovitz, using McFist items, alerts Randy and Howard to Todd's true identity. They disrupt the simulation, with Randy confronting brainwashed students as the ninja, while Howard assists Slimovitz. Howard's clever questioning causes Todd to glitch, leading to Slimovitz's victory. Todd deactivates the headgear, but before he can reform, the ninja destroys his main computer. Slimovitz is reinstated, though he makes Randy and Howard recite the rulebook as payback. As Slimovitz relaxes, he reflects on his role as the school's best principal. Principal Slimovitz delivers shocking news to Randy and Howard. He plans to separate them due to their influence on each other and poor grades unless they pass their upcoming English test. Randy consults the Ninjanomicon for guidance, leading him to the Prophecy of Hat's Sword, their English book. Randy devises a plan to fabricate elements of the prophecy to scare Slimovitz into rescinding his decision. As they execute the plan, Slimovitz becomes increasingly alarmed by the signs. He confines Randy and Howard to a classroom, but a mishap transforms him into the Blue Beast. To reverse Slimovitz's transformation, Randy fights off the Blue Beast while Howard studies for the test. Eventually, they both pass, restoring Slimovitz to normal. Reflecting on the day, Randy and Howard realize their friendship's value and celebrate at the game hole. Randy engages in a nighttime battle with Hannibal McFist in a new robot, accidentally ejecting McFist away in its escape pod. Howard invites Randy to a party hosted by Flute Girl, hoping to improve their reputation. Randy agrees, interpreting the Ninjanomicon's lesson as starting at a low-level party to impress. Their attempts to show off at the party fail, resulting in their eviction. Determined to impress, they plan to fake a fight with the defeated robot, but chaos ensues when they accidentally reactivate it. Despite initial struggles, Randy recalls Nomicon's lesson and defeats the robot with a single sword slice. The destruction of the robots restores their reputations, and they are invited back to the party. However, they realize their actions were wrong and apologize to Flute Girl and her friends. To their surprise, Flute Girl appreciates their stunt, making the party memorable. They rejoin the festivities, celebrating with their signature downtown strut move. Randy and Howard encounter a strange surprise at PJ McFlubbuster's when Randy discovers a beak in his burger. Howard suggests reporting the incident to get free food, which Randy reluctantly agrees to. However, the Ninjanomicon warns Randy about greed. Inside the Nomicon, a Doodle Ninja learns a similar lesson about greed, but Randy only grasps the superficial meaning. They exploit the situation at the restaurant, ordering everything on the menu and demanding to meet PJ McFlubbuster. McFist overhears their conversation, leading to a plan to steal McFlubbuster's secret ingredient. Randy triggers an alarm but ends up stealing Charlie Clucker's recipe instead. A confrontation between McFlubbuster and Charlie Clucker ensues, revealing McFist's plan. Randy finally understands Nomicon's lesson about greed. After a daring rescue operation, both restaurants are saved and McFist's scheme fails. Charlie and McFlubbuster offer rewards, but Howard pulls Randy away, leaving McFist and Viceroy to face the consequences. Debbie impresses her classmates with her presentation on Barrett, sparking Randy's desire to rebel against Principal Slimovitz's ban on cake fries. Randy misinterprets Nomicon's lesson and believes defying Slimovitz is justified. Meanwhile, Howard notices Debbie's interest in Barrett and decides to use it for their rebellion. As Randy encounters a giant slab of cake fry, the rebellion escalates with French textbooks replaced by images of Barrett and cake fries. Slimovitz triggers a trap, nearly drowning in cake batter, leading to a realization of the rebellion's consequences. Randy, as the ninja, confronts Debbie, only to discover her support for Barrett's ideologies. The real Barrett, Howard, reveals his orchestration of the rebellion using McFist Industries gadgets. They realize cake fries are being replaced, not eliminated, and return to save the students from a deluge of cake batter. After saving the students, Howard slips away with Randy, leaving Debbie and the others in excitement over his heroic deeds as Barrett. During spring break, Randy and Howard join Moore for a vacation at Club Kev. Randy's peace is disrupted when he spots McFist, and as the ninja, he provokes him, prompting McFist to resume his villainous activities. Disguised as pirates, McFist and Viceroy disrupt the vacationers and hold them hostage. Realizing his mistake, Ninja tries to disarm the jammer, disabling the resort's defenses. He tricks McFist and Viceroy, allowing Howard to lead the guests to safety. Ninja battles McFist, forcing him off the edge, and ensures everyone's evacuation. McFist decides to spend time with Marshy, while Viceroy is stranded. Reflecting on his actions, Randy understands Nomicon's lesson. As they return home, Randy and Howard decide to spend the rest of their spring break attending classes after being kicked out of Club Kev. It's a regular day at Norrisville High until the rebuilt Krakenstein attacks the school. Ninja defeats it swiftly, but Howard's ill-timed fart behind him ruins Ninja's heroic moment. Randy is frustrated, fearing he won't be taken seriously as Ninja anymore. As insults and memes about Ninja circulate, Randy demands Howard clear Ninja's name, but Howard hesitates. Inside the Nomicon, Randy ignores the lesson a ninja does not take light matters seriously. When intraterrestrials capture Ninja and petrify Doug, Howard leads the rescue mission underground. With his guidance, they free Ninja from Queen Gabnidane's clutches. Randy discovers Howard fabricated the attack to save Ninja's dignity. Despite the unconventional apology, Randy appreciates Howard's efforts. They both learn to lighten up about the incident and blame Doug for Howard's accidental fart, ending the awkwardness. During a field trip to Little Norrisville, Randy and Howard sneak away to buy merchandise. Howard unknowingly takes a mysterious idol, attracting a shadowy figure. Chaos ensues when Howard accidentally knocks down statues with the idol's power. The bus crashes after a warning from the Nomicon, leading Ninja to confront the figure Evil Julian. Randy saves Howard and learns the idol grants wishes. However, Howard's wishes for more products cause chaos. Randy apologizes for their actions and they destroy the idol, yet remnants of its power hint at future trouble in the sewage. The broken sorcerer's ball contaminates Norrisville's water, leading residents to dig for an ultimate prize. Randy and Howard discover the obsession and confront Theresa, who seeks the ball. Randy breaks his promise to Howard and consults the Nomicon, learning of the danger. Howard finds another ball in the quarry, leading to a showdown with Evil Julian. Randy protects Howard, but sacrifices the balls to save him. Evil Julian regains control of the balls and restores the townspeople. As Evil Julian vanishes, ominous clouds hint at his return. Randy and Howard return home, finding Theresa back to normal, and Randy awkwardly greets her, amusing Howard. Later, Ninja is searching for Evil Julian. Meanwhile, Randy receives a call from Howard, who lures him to his house with news about the Cunninghams moving out the next day. Randy is shocked and alarmed by the news. Upon waking up, Randy realizes he only has one day left to save Norrisville High from Evil Julian. He sneaks out of the window and discovers Evil Julian amassing power in Mount Chuck. The ninja consults the Nomicon, which advises him to seek an unlikely ally. Randy interprets Howard as his unlikely ally and calls him to come to Mount Chuck. However, Evil Julian attacks him before Howard arrives. The two battle and Evil Julian summons a giant monster to attack the ninja. Howard eventually arrives at Mount Chuck and the ninja asks him to help defeat the monster. As they fight, the ninja begins to doubt whether Howard is truly the ally the Nomicon mentioned. They then retreat to the Land of Shadows, where they encounter Julian, who appears to have gone mad. Julian directs them to a portal back to Norrisville, and the ninja realizes he needs help from the sorcerer to defeat Evil Julian. After freeing the sorcerer, they work together to defeat Evil Julian and lock away his power. With Evil Julian defeated, the sorcerer attempts to destroy the ninja, but Howard and Julian arrive from the Land of Shadows just in time to save him. The ninja locks the sorcerer's power away again, restoring peace to Norrisville. The next day, Randy and Howard say their goodbyes, but Randy's parents reveal they want the house next door, allowing the two friends to remain close. As the episode ends, the creep ominously hints at future challenges for the ninja. So that will be it from us. If you enjoyed the video, then do let us know about your favorite episode of the series. Also, leave us a like and subscribe to our channel for similar content. Thanks for watching. We'll see you at the next one.